Okay, then.
Morning.
Good morning.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Welcome them on in.
Welcome on in. Today is Cannabis Thursday on the Weekday Wake and Bake, and we're so excited to be here.
We are so excited
rock
to
and
be
roll.
here.
Yeah.
All right. How about I show you a little bit how to do it? Welcome on inside to another edition of the Weekday Wake and Bake. It's your host, Prosesher Sky, and your other host, the amazing, the masterful Roll Gang Rach.
There's the other one. You know.
I'm the other one.
There's another one.
Whatever, we're here with an episode of Canon News Thursday. We got some nice news for you guys regarding the cannabis industry, locally and internationally, and it's also Green Day.
We're both wearing green, so you can't flick us or pinch us through the screen or anything, you know?
Nothing.
We got our green on.
And our
We got our green
spoons and our green marijuana.
Got the green goods.
We got the green goods. In fact. But anyways, let's get on into it. Thank you for everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. And we just appreciate the hell out of you guys. We just wanted to pop on this morning like we do every morning, 8 a.m., smoke some weed, talk some shit,
Why
some
not?
cannabis news.
That's our thing. That's what we do. So let's get into it. You know, this episode is brought to you by the Rolling Spoon, the most efficient way to procure your canny beat. This all-in-one multi-tool will help you seal a deal and roll a dime every time.
Boom.
I actually need that.
Yeah, you do need that. Are you rolling for us today?
Yeah, are you going to start
while I
getting
anchor
ready?
the show?
Yeah.
Like back in the Tiger TV days?
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh.
I was your biggest fan then.
Yeah, you were the only one watching. I'm pretty sure I slipped the word penis into the stream. On Tiger TV.
Detention.
Yeah.
Put you in school detention.
I didn't even get detention, though. It was
you did one time.
Oh, I got detention a lot.
You got in school.
But not for saying penis on Tiger TV.
Alright, well, why would you be saying that on this right now? That's just not necessary.
It's a little bit necessary.
No, we're not 5.
I have the soul of a 5-year-old.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
I'm 2 5s.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
What's 2 5s?
A dime.
Oh, you called me a dime.
I'm rolling one. I'm not calling you one. I'm rolling you one.
Oh, geez, Binks. That's pungent odor.
Alright, you
there.
know what? Just stop. You woke up on an interesting side of the bed this morning.
Yeah, I did. No, I'm really excited to get on into get that thing lit, because that'll help for sure. But,
for sure.
Oh,
someone said happy day.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Major. I had to grab my coffee from 7-Eleven. You guys know how it is. St. Patty's Day is just one of those awesome days. Bruce Martin tapping in. What's poppin', Bruce? It's really good to see you this morning.
Thanks for tuning in.
And we should get into the news segment.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been sitting here waiting, so let's hear what you got for us, Samuel.
So let's start off locally here in Las Vegas. The day of last Canon News Thursday, later that day was the Chamber of Cannabis event.
With Gary
Chambers. It was unbelievable. Shout out everybody that I saw there. It was an awesome, awesome event. And he just basically touched on his motive and his mission. He was talking a lot about legislation, and he's a future senator candidate that smoked a blunt during one of his debates.
Let's talk about keeping it real. You know?
Yeah. Shout out, Bruce. Someday you'll be smoking Keepers of the Hemp. Yo, we'll definitely, we would love to try that. We got some hemp flower right here.
Oh my goodness, we have a guest.
And
We have a guest. Hi,
Canna Planet says Sam's hair never disappoints.
Never.
I don't even know. This is done by the pillow. Yeah. It's
definition of bedhead.
Yeah, like it's done by the pillow. I appreciate you guys, but yeah, Gary Chambers is a senatorial candidate that openly smokes weed, and I truly, after hearing him talk, I truly believe that our legislation and reform is in good hands with him, and the Chamber of Cannabis. I just think that there's way too many people hopping on the the bandwagon of these cannabis supporting coalitions that are going to get our legislation right. Man, that is a dime.
Every time. Did I not say that?
Every single time.
We ain't liars.
Yeah, we ain't lying. But
we ain't lying.
Yeah, that was a really, really special event hosted by the chamber.
With a great turnout, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
A really good turnout, which is really exciting. It's good to know that there are people that want to hear and want to see the change happen. I mean, for me personally, I think it's incredible that there's a senatorial candidate.
That'll smoke
up
a
blunt before going on, and keeping it real 100%, and that's a really good way to show that stoners, smokers are not lazy people with no goals or aspirations in life that just want to sit there and get high, watch movies, eat food all day, There's that stigma, and that stigma should be gone, because
it should absolutely
that's
be gone.
not the case, Not always. Some people, to each their own, but that it just goes to show there can be powerful, influential people in the world that partake in the use of cannabis and make the world a better place while doing it.
Absolute facts. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better. And it was really promising.
We got a beautiful dime for a beautiful dime of an episode.
Yeah. And beautiful dime of a
Should I roll another one?
A weather woman. Are you gonna cover the weather on this episode?
Well, the weather was wrong in my app. It told me that Las Vegas was snowing.
Yeah.
I don't know where it thought it was. But no, it's gonna be another beautiful day here.
Another beautiful day in Vegas. Canna Planet says he's the Louisiana rep, isn't he? Yes, he is the Louisiana rep. And Bruce Martin, LV, expansion of Nevada cannabis laws is needed. 5 pounds at home, I agree.
Yeah, because it's cheaper to buy it in bulk,
Way.
So
you need to be able to, for sure. It's gonna happen. But anyways, let's tap on into some of this nationwide news that we got going on.
I love to hear about what's happening other places too. Fill me in.
So I collected this news on mjmoment.com, and I found some really interesting stuff on there from this week. So a study by CPAIR, which is the Cannabis Policy Education and Regulation Coalition. We got Manzan from Twitch tapping in, or from YouTube saying hola, ¿cómo estás? So this CPAIR study shows that marijuana legislation has not led to an increase in youth use. So it's really important to note that as cannabis becomes legal throughout the country, we want to make sure that our children are still safe. And the fact that cannabis legislation in places like California and Las Vegas and Massachusetts and Colorado, that the youth of those states are not being they're not being exposed to higher levels of cannabis consumption due to its legality.
Mm-hmm.
So just as some youths, some underage children were caught using marijuana, the same rate of them are still occurring despite it being legal. Does that make any sense?
100% makes sense. And I think that's a really good thing that people need to know, because a lot of concerns are, well, I don't want my child using this. I don't want my child exposed to this. But clearly, the numbers talk for themselves. It's not.
They do.
It's
a
beautiful plant, and when you become of age and you're able to physically and mentally and emotionally handle the substance, the plant, test it out for yourself.
Test it out for yourself and enjoy it, because it really is magical. But if you're not really aware of your surroundings, I think the reason why it's not particularly good for the youth to consume cannabis is because they're not really
exposed to the world
right.
as it is. It's a more naive mindset to what they believe the world is like, and then sometimes it can bring upon harsh realities and be like, oh wait, no, it's a little bit different than what I thought, and I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah, exactly. And
So
it leads to anxiety, and commonly kids will call. I know it's common for them to convince themselves that they're dying. So you get so paranoid when you smoke weed youthfully that you can convince. Cops get a lot of calls from kids.
I was going to say, my college experience, a lot of people would green out.
That's just whenever you consume too much THC. And you either pass out or throw up.
Oh, well, no, people would be like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, I'm about to die, someone call an ambulance. It's like, well, okay, we will if you think you are. But, like, if you're okay.
Yeah.
Adolescent minds aren't developed enough and could lead to things like paranoia. I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
they're not. Canna Planet says their adolescent minds aren't developed enough, which is just factually true. You know, we have to wait until our brains are ready.
And that's so hard for adolescents to accept, because they want to be like, oh, we can do anything we want, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, really think about the long-term effects and how this could affect your use of the substance for the rest of your life. Yeah, but also, would you want to be able to be in capability of using it for the rest of your life, or trying it when you're too young and having a horrible experience and being like, it's not for me? But maybe it was just not the right time. Your mind, your body, your brain wasn't ready for it.
No. And you have to wait.
Yeah.
So it's really promising to see that the legality of cannabis is not affecting the way that adolescents consume. And that's important to see, because as it's going to become legal countrywide soon, and we still aren't going to want underage people to be consuming.
Getting their hands on it. No, it's just like alcohol. In a way, you have to be a certain age in order to consume it and to buy it legally. Yeah. And I know a lot of people wish that it wasn't the 21-year rule. But honestly, with the maturity level of people, I think it should stay. Mm-hmm. That's just the old bartender speaking in me. I wouldn't even want to know if that was filled with a bunch of underagers. So.
Yeah, you just kind of want to be negligent. But
yeah, gotta be... Gotta be in the right mindset for it.
You really do. It's gonna come down to professionalism and everybody wanting to come together and do the right thing. But cannabis is such a loving plant. I just believe in us, I believe in us stoners. I believe in the plant to help those that need help.
100%.
And some people have to go through it to learn.
Yeah.
But hey,
and there's no shame in that either. There's no shame in trial and error.
No,
no shame in
that's
that.
how we all kind of learn. But anyways, on to another important nugget of cannabis news on this Cannabis News Thursday edition of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
With Obi.
Going live,
Obi's
8
back
a.m.
again, everybody. He's here.
Yeah, he's always you can find him in Rach's arms pretty much all the time.
He's my little football. He's my little heart. I love him. Don't worry, Banks is here too.
Somewhere.
He's a crazy cat. But yeah, what's your next question, Sam?
So, state treasurers, like all the state treasurers, are to discuss marijuana banking at their annual conference with Congress. So, the state treasurers from states all over the country, including legal states, the legal states are planning to bring up the problem of marijuana banking. The state treasurers will bring up marijuana banking at the conference with Congress this year. So,
wow.
I mean, just more really powerful people in a really powerful room supporting the plan. And I mean, if we can start getting money run through the system,
change the whole economy. It could change the whole way of life for Americans, that it could benefit the lives of everybody, smokers and non-smokers.
Literally. Yeah, and I really appreciate the wave that's happening right now.
Oh my gosh,
and kind of being able to view it from this perspective. It's
100%.
It's really special.
It's just the inclusive mindset, that just because other people want to do something, I'm not going to tell them no because of it, I'm not going to hate on them because of it. It's your choice. It's your decision. It's your life. You pick what you want to do. If you want to be a smoker, if you want to be a stoner, if you want to do that, do it. If you don't. But don't hate on the others because of it.
Do you?
Just do you. Mind your own business.
And if you don't, screw you.
Literally. Whatever. Whatever. Just live your life. Live your life.
Canna Planet says Georgia will be there. Cross your fingers. We can bring legislation down here. The farming lands could grow millions for the industry. I know. There's so... America's huge. No, America's huge.
Huge.
Oklahoma has dirt cheap land. Georgia too. All these states in the middle have a ton of land. And as soon as we can start growing pot there, we're talking about $1 a gram for some fire.
I've heard some really sad stories about grow facilities and how people basically sabotage them. Right?
Well, I mean, it's really tough to have a grow facility.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's it's hard just to even start one.
Yeah. So it takes so much money.
So much.
Yeah.
If you just get the seeds, you should be able to grow. As long as they're good and ready to go,
Well, there's got to be regulations.
Of course,
but it's got to be easier for people who just have a passion for it to
it shouldn't cost an arm and a leg.
No. We're talking a couple thousand, not a couple million.
I know.
Ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah, he said they bought 100 acres for 40% less than normal.
Wow.
Yeah, holy cow, Canna Planet. You're about to...
Ahead of the game.
Yeah, ahead of the game. Running shit in Georgia. Love to hear it.
Work harder and smarter. That's a work harder and smarter thing.
And shout out Pennsylvania, our former state, where Senate committee completes a hearing to reform marijuana legislation. So, this key committee in Pennsylvania is holding a meeting to discuss reforming marijuana legislation. And this is going to start with other banking regulations and purchase regulations. They're going to try to mimic California's market a little bit more with their systems, but it just feels like they're preparing the market for the switch from medical cannabis to adult use recreational cannabis.
Why couldn't they do that when I was still living in the States?
Oh, we weren't even of age yet.
No, but back in our hometown area, there's now a new medical one.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
But they're just
it's at least,
medical.
and like you see the CBD signs around now. It's not like it's not talked about, I guess. Like it's becoming more vocalized just even in that area. So that's cool that it's happening in the state as well.
Yeah, truly. I really feel like the swing is coming, the wave is happening, and
I know a lot of people that would love for that to happen.
Yeah, no, I'm one of them, but like
Yeah.
it's honestly, it's going to happen. It's a matter of when, not if.
Yeah.
And we will be here to see it. We will be here to cover it on the weekday.
Probably shed a tear about it.
Yeah, definitely shed a tear about it. Won't be the first tear.
Yeah, it would be really beneficial for a lot of people.
We're about it. And we are about you guys, Roll Gang. And we appreciate everybody tapping in for this Canon News Thursday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
This episode was brought to you by the Rolling Spoon, the most efficient way to procure your Canny B. This all-in-one multi-tool will help you seal the deal and roll a dime every time.
Yep. Obi's
Seriously.
looking at it.
This one is not as good as theirs, but you know what?
It's still a dime.
It's not like Sam's quality. That's what I mean. You can tell Rachel rolled this and Sam did not.
Well, love you, Roll
He's
Gang.
got some more experience. That's why we're on here. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful Thursday and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Don't
Stay
pinch
green.
Don't pinch anybody.
All green.
Why do people